everybody. We're in a few hours. We're going to be seeing the next Apple keynote, so I decided to do a bit of an unboxing of something that might surprise you. Picked myself up a Mac Mini. Now, rumor has it that it may be amongst some of the new items that are being shown today. Now then, so you say, well, why would you buy one? Well, Apple apparently has this policy, or this wonderful little thing that if I buy this and the new product does come out, then I can either use the I can either return this one and get the new Mac Mini, or I can get a discount on this. And if I don't, what I'm going to be, and if it doesn't come out today, the new Mac Mini, I am going to be using this a lot more for my editing. My computer, unfortunately, has started to die. My iMac has served me well these many years, and I figure it's about time for an update. Now then, I've talked in the past about other shelves that I have around my house, and as you can see, I have the Star Trek are up there, Star Wars are up there, the Scooby-Doo, and there's those are the laser discs. I've got the models up there as well that I did on the further the product review. There's also VHS's, books, and other things. But if you see something and you say, hey Nick, can you do a review? I'll do one. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to unbox the Mac Mini. So, this is the Mac Mini box, and this is the Thunderbolt cable. I picked this up so that I can use my iMac monitor for now. I am going to be planning to do to hook this up to a larger TV at a later date, but in the meantime, that's what I'm going to have to use. But here's the Mac Mini box. I'm going to actually just put that aside. The Mac Mini box is actually quite thick. It's fairly heavy. And there's all the ports on the back, so the power, the Ethernet, the HDMI, the Thunderbolt 2 ports, the USB 3, the SDXC card slot, and an audio in and out. Now, and there's also a power button up here, but I'll go into that more when we open up the box. Anyway, so I'm going to pull out my trusty knife and we'll break the seal on this. So I've now taken off the packaging, and on the side here, it seems to have a slide out sort of tray. So I'm going to try pulling that out. And unfortunately, since I'm moving, a lot of my stuff is starting to get packed up. So I pulled it out a little bit. I'm going to continue pulling it out, but this is what it looks like. So this is what it looks like outside of the package. It actually seems to take up the entire space of the box, which I like. A little bit nicer for packaging. Anyway, so now we get into what's underneath the Mac. So there's the power, which is quite nice because in the other versions of the Mac Mini, they've come with these huge power bars. So like those big clunky style things that you see with the laptops. Anyway, so that's the power cord. Now we get into this. Now generally this has instructions and stickers and other things like that. So there we are. There's the instruction book, getting started guide. Mac Mini, I think this has more to do with the product information, and there are the stickers. So I'm going to leave that in there for now. Okay, on the back here, it's got the protective, so sorry about the glare. There's the power button, the power, the Ethernet, the HDMI, Thunderbolts, the USB, and the I believe the SDXC card. There's a fan vent underneath. On the bottom is a nice little stand, so it's not sitting directly on the table. On the sides, it's just that nice brushed aluminum that Apple has been using on most of their products now, and I believe that's a status light. And this is use required acceptance of the software key terms presented electronically during setup. Storing OS X requires a supported internet connection. So that's this. Now the version that I got was sort of the mid-range one. So in it, or in the iMac, it's a 2.6 gigahertz dual core i5. It's been turbo boosted to 3.1 megahertz. It's got an 8 gig of RAM, 1 terabyte of hard drive, and the Intel Iris graphics, as well as the Thunderbolts, an HDMI, and the Ethernet port. Now, this seemed to have been one of the nicer graphic cards that Apple had to offer, at least for this year that this was made. So we're going to see in a few hours what the new iMacs are going to, or sorry, the Mac Minis are going to look like. I'm sorry that I keep using iMac because this is the first Mac Mini that I've owned. Most of the time I've used the iMacs. But now that it's got the HDMI output and the high resolution graphics, I'm going to be actually hooking it up to one of my larger TVs. Anyway guys, I'm going to let you go for now. I'm going to hook this up to my computer and let it run through, and we'll see what happens in a few hours when the E3 comes out. But I definitely recommend, if you want to buy a Mac, an entry-level Mac, this is the way to go. Now I do suggest it if you're not buying like the Retina display or any of that sort of stuff on the iMac. This would definitely be the way to go.